to have people feel like this is a call to pessimism. I think this is something that we should be optimistic about. This is a better life.
Definitely.
That there's a permanent life.
Definitely. We shouldn't be afraid to die. We shouldn't be afraid to die, because we know that if we live in our life according to Islam, the correct way, that the life will be better in the next life, and it'll be something forever. If this life is only temporarily. So a person that has common sense, a wise person would say, for example, if I have a chance to live a better life forever, I'd rather take that life forever than a temporarily life. You know what I mean? This life is only temporarily. Who in their right mind will want to get everything and just basically forge the next life, do all this stuff in this life that they can lose the next life that would be forever? Nobody in their right mind would take that opportunity. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense. I mean, and we just get caught up in this world here, and like I said, it's good to be the best at whatever you're striving to be. A doctor, a scientist, a mathematician, you know, the best husband, the best wife. But again, you have a Lord. You have the Creator. He's not one who comes into existence. He's not a man. He's not the sun. He's not the moon. He's the one that created all these things. Worship Him. Submit to Him.
It's only right. He created us. He provides for us. Man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the provider for everything that we don't even know exists. The creatures in the sea. Like we mentioned yesterday, man, it might be snowing in Alaska, hot in Saudi Arabia, rain in New York City, tornadoes down south in Texas. All this happened with the permission of Allah. None of this happened without the permission of Allah. They blame it on global warming, but this is happening with the wisdom and permission of Allah. So we just think about, subhanAllah, look at all the affairs that Allah does every single day. Every second He bringing somebody to life, taking the life of a person. He's providing for this creature in the sea. He providing for this ant. He's providing for us. He's protecting us. Man, it's only right that we worship Him alone, because He's the one who created us. He's the one that provided for us, protect us. And all He asks from us back is that we worship Him alone. For example, it's a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said that it would be a man drugged out of the hellfire. He would be dragged out of the hellfire. And Allah would ask this man, He would say that if you have all the treasures in the heavens and the earth, will you give it up to ransom yourself from the hellfire? This man would say yes. Allah would say, man, I ask you only for less than that. I only ask you to worship me alone. He didn't ask us for all the treasures of the heavens and the earth. All He asks from us is that we worship Him alone. You know what I mean?
And that entails that your prayer, your sacrifice, your life, your end is for the Creator, not the creation. Jesus, He was born and He prayed to the Creator. See, He's not God.
Definitely not.
Muhammad's not God. Moses is not God. The Son is not God. So this is something that it just goes with your very nature. It's very simple. Let's talk about a few more things before we come to an end. I mean, it seems like, you know, people living from weekend to weekend. The girl, she likes to display, and the men, they like to chase.
SubhanAllah, it's a rat race out here, man.
Yeah. So we don't want these women. At the same time, God Almighty, the Creator, knows what's best. So now the woman, she's naive, thinking that, okay, this man loves me, when he's just chasing the one thing. And the man over here on the other end, this is his target, and he'll say and do anything.
They take advantage of the woman. A woman would never ever know her rights until she become a Muslim, because everything else in life is calling the woman to strip her from everything, strip her from her respect, strip her from her clothing, strip her from her even sense of thinking, to be logical, man. The only way a woman would know her rights is through the religion of Islam. And surprisingly, before I became a Muslim, I didn't know that. I thought that this is the way we treat women. I thought that this is the way a woman's supposed to behave. And it's a true story about a preacher, man, who he wrote a story about so much divorce that's happening in America. He's a Christian. And he was talking about the problem of the women in the West. And one of the things he said is that in this society, our women, when they wake up in the morning to go work, they beautify themselves. They put all the makeup on, they put the mini skirts on, the high heel shoes, and they go beautify themselves for their boss and their co-workers. Then when they come home from work, he said they take all the makeup off, they take off the high heel shoes, they just wrap their hair in a scarf, and they put on big sweatpants, and they walk around the house tired. They're so tired that they have no rights, no energy to even give their husband their rights. And when I read that, I said, SubhanAllah, look at the wisdom of Islam. And our religion, our women, when they walk out of the house, they cover themselves from head to toe. They do not beautify themselves for no one. And they walk back in the house, that's when they take off their jilbab, they take off their headscarf, and they beautify themselves for their man. That's when they get to put on the makeup, they put on whatever type of clothes they want that's pleasing to their man. This is the wisdom of Islam. Everything that Allah tells us to do in His religion, it makes 100% sense. It makes sense, and it's only for us. It's only to better ourselves.
That makes sense. I mean, to be a slave, not to the fashion or your desires.
Yes,
to be modest. To not go outside naked, skin-tight clothes, and just be tantalizing for the man. Now he can't, he's about to have a heart attack, and you got all sorts of mischief going on, where you surrender and submit to your Creator, you dress modestly, and you save all that good looking stuff for your husband.
Yes, and when they go home, that's when they can wear whatever they want.
Yeah.
And they beautify themselves for their husband. So the religion of Islam is the religion that's for the whole of humanity. This is the only thing that's going to help us.
We don't want to put nobody down. We don't want, I mean, some people don't know. You get used to the culture around you, but you just use the good old common sense.
Yeah, and try Islam. That's all we're going to tell the people. Try Islam.
Yeah.
If you looking, a person know themselves. If you unhappy, if you depressed, if something don't feel correct in your heart, if you feel you have a void in your heart, just try Islam. You know, try to get closer to your Creator, and you will see that your life will become better, inshallah.
He said the word in Arabic, but if we define it, surrender, submission, obedience, sincerely, and in peace to the Creator. Summed up with one word, Islam. Try it.
Try
So the
Islam.
reason I brought this up about the women and the nightclubs and the men chasing and the women flaunting is because that's what you were writing songs about.
Definitely.
That's what you were and who you were degrading in these rap videos, and then you got the woman in the back, you know, shaking it and no clothes on.
I would call that the oppression of women.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got the people that attack Islam and say that we oppress our women. I would say that I used to oppress women because this is the music, this is the lifestyle, the culture that I was brought up with, that I had no respect for the woman.
Yeah.
You have records that, man, subhanAllah, if you just listen to some of these records, I'm not telling people to go listen, but some of the words that the people are saying in their records have no respect for a woman.
Yeah.
And the woman don't even notice. How can you have respect for yourself? You dancing in these videos, and they basically degrading you to the fullest, you know what I mean?
They don't care about you.
They don't care about you, definitely.
The more you take off, the more we'll pay you.
And that's the mentality. Take everything off, you a model. This is what we tell them.
Yeah.
But the religion of Islam, man, it actually is the religion that it basically give the woman her freedom. It give the woman her respect.
This is an amazing thing, because you can't imagine how many women will fast for the man. She actually fasted for the man because she's a model, and she will refrain from eating certain foods so she can lose a little weight.
Wow.
Try fasting for the Creator,
Wow,
huh? She'll get down and do certain things for that dollar.
Wow.
Why not get down and do it for the Creator? Because we love those women. We love the men. We want them to be
good for them.
We want good for them, but there's an illusion. There's something that is confusing to people.
Yeah, this life is not a that type of lifestyle. It's not a loyal lifestyle. You know what I mean? They will put up one woman in a video, and as soon as she get a 2-3 years older, she will not be able to get no work.
She's done.
They
Finished.
will use it.
Get the next one.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore. Go to the next one. And this is a cycle that the way they continue to use these women. You know what I mean?
I and yourself, and I'm sure all the sincere Muslims do not want our women to get used.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
And I think this is very important. Any truth seeker, any sincere person just uses the good old common sense will see that this makes sense.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
And we tell the people that they listen, if you want freedom in life, if you want respect, if you want basically some type of happiness in your life, you have to go to your Creator. He's the one that's in control of everything. He's the one that He's in control of the respect. He's in control of the money. He's in control of everything. We have to return back to our Creator to get any type of happiness. You know?
That's the truth. It's very simple. Now tell us, what advice do you have for the people now? They want good. I mean, most people, they want good. They want good, but they don't have a plan. They don't have a system, and there's some confusion out there. Some people just give up. They say, I believe in God, but I don't want to follow an organized religion. What do you guys say about this?
Basically, one is most people that say that they believe in God and they just say, well, I'm doing right. I don't, you know, God understand I'm doing right and I'm not doing wrong. But who to say what's right and wrong? One of the reasons why God sent us prophets and messengers is to teach us what's right and wrong. We can't say what's right and wrong according to our desires. Some people might say, well, I'm not going around killing any people. I only smoke 1 blunt a day, so I'm not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the mentality of most of the people. But the one way we define right and wrong is what God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, tell us what to stay away from or what to implement in our life. This is what's right and wrong. And this is why he sent us prophets and messengers. And if that was the case, we wouldn't need no prophet and messenger. We can just believe in God and live life the way we want to live life. So it's very important that if a person, like we said earlier, man, God created us. He knows what's best for us.
Yeah.
He knows what's best for us. So if he send down a religion and a way of life and tell us that this is what's going to help us in this life and the next life, then we need to listen to and follow that religion. For example, when you're in a university or college, if you have a study, if you have a test, and the teacher give you a book and say, well, you have to study this book in order to pass your test, most people would they would just go stay up all night studying that book. Allah sent us down the Quran, and he sent us the last messenger, and he tell us that this is the way we have to live our life. This is the ultimate test that's going to help us either go get to Jannah, paradise, or if we disobey Allah and don't follow this book, we can go to the hellfire. Yeah. So this is the ultimate test in life, that we have to follow the way that God sent down to us to follow.
It's like your boss. He said, look, do A, B, and C, and you're going to get paid.
Yes.
Don't do your job, you're out of a job, you're fired.
You're going to listen to that boss.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're going to listen to that boss.
Yeah, but the creator, when he says fired, he means the fire, the hellfire. Let's stay away.
Protect us from that.
Yeah.
I mean,
one last thing, closing comments and suggestions. That person who's living from weekend to weekend, hanging out at the nightclubs, she wants to impress the men, he wants to chase the woman, and you know what? Now their conscience is eating up at them. They want to do the right thing. What advice do you have for them?
My advice that for the people that's searching and they looking for the right thing, like I mentioned earlier, man, go get an English translation of the Quran. Go to a masjid if you have any masjids in your neighborhood or on the internet. Go read about the religion of Islam or read about the biography of the Prophet Muhammad. If you're looking for good, the owner of all good is Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. If you're looking for respect, the owner of all respect is Allah. So we have to return to Allah to get some type of happiness, to get our life in order. We have to follow the life that was prescribed from us, from our creator. It's the only way we have some type of happiness inside.
Jazakallah khairan. May the creator of the heavens and earth, Allah reward you.